Do these images of the workplace look familiar to you? Do they depict your daily encounters with the workplace? Have you been indoctrinated to believe that the scenarios these images depict are normal, rational, and the way life should be? Imagine you're a delivery driver. An algorithm calculates your route down to the exact second. It factors in traffic lights, and vehicle weight. If you slow down for more than 45 seconds, an alert pings on the dashboard 3 states away. It is a masterpiece of human ingenuity. It is flawlessly, perfectly rational, except for one thing. The system is so tightly optimized that human beings are placed under extraordinary stress and pressure to perform in a system that has zero tolerance for deviations and defects. The human factor has been erased. Now let's pivot. Imagine you're a middle manager at a global consultancy firm. You spend 40 hours a week updating spreadsheets that log the hours spent by other employees updating their spreadsheets. You create PowerPoint presentations about maximizing agile workflows that no one will ever read. You know your job is meaningless, your boss knows it, yet every quarter you receive a glowing performance review for your exceptional efficiency. How did we get here? How did we build a world where our organizations are more technologically advanced than any other point in human history, yet our daily experience of them is defined by a profound absurdity and bone-deep misery? Today, we are going to explore a terrifying idea: that the crushing boredom, the endless buzzwords, the metrics that make you feel like a machine, and the sheer absurdity of modern work are not accidents. They are not glitches in the system. They are the system operating exactly as intended. To understand why, we have to look through the lens of a group of radical thinkers who saw all of this coming nearly a century ago: the Frankfurt School. Frankfurt School philosophers warned us that humanity's greatest achievement, our ability to reason, would eventually become our ultimate cage. To understand what went wrong, we have to travel back to Germany in the 1930s and 40s. A group of philosophers, sociologists, and psychologists at the Institute for Social Research, collectively known as the Frankfurt School, watched the rise of industrial capitalism, mass media, and totalitarian regimes. Thinkers like Max Horkheimer and Theodor Adorno asked a fundamental question: why did the Enlightenment, the historical movement that promised to free humanity from superstition, disease, and tyranny through science and reason, lead instead to the horrors of world wars and hyper-bureaucracy? In 1947, Horkheimer published a book called The Eclipse of Reason. In it, he argued that we had split human intelligence into 2 categories and then thrown the most important one away. The first category is what he called objective reason. For thousands of years, philosophers used reason to determine ends. Objective reason asks deep ethical questions. What is a good life? What is justice? How do we build a society that maximizes human dignity? Objective reason is the notion that the world has an underlying structure, logic, rationality, and meaning, and that the order of the universe exists independently of human thought and desires. Importantly, the emphasis of objective reason is on ends and not just means. The second category is instrumental reason or subjective reason. Instrumental reason is entirely focused on the most efficient means to an end. It asks, how do we build this faster? How do we calculate this accurately? How do we classify, measure, and control this object? It is the idea that reason is located entirely within the human mind. Importantly, the emphasis of instrumental reason is on control, manipulation, and technical knowledge over inherent value. Horkheimer's terrifying realization was that modernity had completely eclipsed objective reason. We stopped asking why we are doing things and became completely obsessed with how to do them with the maximum amount of calculation. When an organization operates entirely on instrumental reason, it becomes a literal machine. It doesn't possess a conscience. It possesses an algorithm. If a corporation figures out a highly calculated, flawlessly efficient way to clear-cut a rainforest to manufacture disposable plastic toys, instrumental reason says, "Excellent job. That is highly rational." From a human standpoint, destroying our life support system for cheap consumable products is utter madness. But within the internal logic of the corporate spreadsheet, it is the highest form of sanity. This is the core paradox of the modernist project. We have perfected the mechanics of rationality to achieve profoundly irrational ends. In their masterpiece, Dialectic of Enlightenment, Adorno and Horkheimer took this critique a step further. They noted that early humans used reason to dominate nature, to build shelters, domesticate crops, and survive the elements. But capitalism and modern bureaucracy took that exact same drive for domination and turned it inward, onto human beings. Think about how a contemporary organization views you. To a human resources department, and notice the chilling implications of that phrase, human resources. You are not a soul, a storyteller, or a citizen. You are a bundle of data points, a resource. Your performance is measured by key performance indicators, KPIs. Your value is calculated on a balance sheet. Your behavior is standardized through compliance training and corporate scripts. Have you ever called customer service and realized the person on the other end is reading from a rigid script, unable to depart from it even when it makes no sense to the context of your problem? That is instrumental reason in action. The organization has decided that human spontaneity is dangerous. Spontaneity cannot be measured, predicted, or controlled. Therefore, the human being must be turned into a machine. This is what Max Weber famously called the iron cage, a world where bureaucratic efficiency strips life of its magic, its meaning, and its freedom. We built the cage to organize society and keep ourselves safe, but the Frankfurt School realized that the door had been locked from the outside, and the keys had been melted down into corporate assets. But wait, a defender of modern corporate culture might say, sure, old factories were bad, but look at modern companies. Look at modern offices. We have ping-pong tables. We have psychological safety. We have wellness days. To answer this, we have to turn to Herbert Marcuse in his landmark 1964 book, One-Dimensional Man. Marcuse looked at the exploding consumer capitalism of the post-war West and realized something even more sinister was taking place than total domination. The system had learned how to absorb its own critique. In the brutal dictatorship, oppression is obvious. There are barbed wire fences and secret police. You know exactly who your enemy is. But in a hyper-rationalized consumer society, oppression is wrapped in velvet. The system keeps us compliant by delivering an endless stream of commodities, comforts, and entertainment. It offers a career path, a matching 401k, a sense of belonging, provided you never question the core logic of the machine. And what happens when this hyper-optimized, high-pressure environment inevitably causes you to break down? What happens when the meaningless tasks and the constant surveillance cause clinical burnout, anxiety, and depression? Does the organization ask why maybe forcing human beings to stare at screens for 9 hours a day while chasing arbitrary growth metrics is an inherently insane way to live? No, of course not. Organizational management doubles down on proclamations of the system being rational. Therefore, if you, as the employee, are breaking down, your personal coping mechanisms are inefficient. Management gives you a corporate wellness app. It sponsors a mandatory webinar on building personal resilience. It organizes a mindfulness workshop during lunch, ironically making you work faster before and after the session to make up for lost time. This is a profound form of psychopathological gaslighting. The organization creates a toxic, unnatural environment that makes you sick and then hands you the responsibility for curing yourself. It tells you that your misery isn't a rational reaction to a broken system. It is a personal failure of your own internal efficiency. You didn't meditate hard enough. You didn't optimize your sleep hygiene. You are a faulty machine that needs a software patch. The final piece of this puzzle comes from the second generation of the Frankfurt School, specifically the philosopher Jürgen Habermas. Habermas argued that human society is split into two worlds. The first is the system. This is the world of the economy, corporations, and state bureaucracies. It runs entirely on money, power, and instrumental calculation. Second, there is the life world. This is the world of family, friendships, art, culture, and community. It doesn't run on calculation. It runs on what Habermas calls communicative rationality, the simple human act of talking to one another, sharing values, and reaching mutual understanding. Habermas's great warning was that the system is actively colonizing the life world. Like an invasive virus, the cold, calculating logic of corporate efficiency is breaking out of the office and invading our private lives. Think about how we live today outside of work. We don't have hobbies anymore. We have side hustles that we need to monetize. We don't make friends. We network to build social capital. We don't just exist as people. We curate our personal brand on social media, treating our own identities like marketing departments handling a corporate product launch. We track our sleep with smart rings, optimize our diets with biohacking apps, and measure our romantic prospects by swiping through human beings sorted by an algorithm. This is the ultimate triumph of the modernist project and its total irrationality. We have allowed the cold, bureaucratic logic of the corporate workplace to colonize our very souls. We have become our own middle managers, constantly auditing our own lives to ensure maximum productivity, and wondering why we feel so profoundly empty inside. So where does this leave us? Is there any way out of Max Weber's iron cage? The thinkers of the Frankfurt School were notoriously pessimistic. They didn't offer a simple 5-step plan to fix society because they knew that 5-step plans are just another form of instrumental technical thinking. You cannot use the tools of the machine to dismantle the machine. But their work gives us something invaluable: the power of refusal. The first step to escaping an absurdity is naming it. When you feel that wave of existential dread during a pointless corporate meeting, or when you feel the anxiety of an unachievable target, you need to realize that you are not the problem. Your misery is the only sane human reaction possible to an inherently insane structure. We have to reclaim objective reason. We have to start demanding that our organizations answer the question why, instead of just how fast. We have to insist that efficiency is not a moral virtue. An organization that is highly efficient but destroys the mental health of its workers and the fabric of its community is not a triumph of civilization. It is a monument to barbarism. The next time your organization asks you to optimize, to synergize, or to sacrifice your humanity for a metric, remember that you are a human being, not a resource. Step out of the iron cage, even if just for a moment, and remind yourself that the best parts of life are the ones that can never be measured on a spreadsheet. Thanks for watching. If this video resonated with you, feel free to give a like, share it with a coworker who might be drowning in spreadsheets, and leave a comment below. How does the madness of efficiency show up in your daily life?